AITA for cutting off my brother. After he stole my identity and ruined my credit and letting the whole family find out. Why at Thanksgiving, I never thought the person who would hurt me the most would be my own brother. I'm the older sibling by 4 years. Growing up, I was the responsible one. Good grades, part-time job, helping around the house. My brother, Jake, was the opposite, charming, reckless, and somehow always getting out of trouble because my parents said, that's just Jake being Jake. If he broke something, I fixed it. If he failed a class, I tutored him. If he got into trouble, I took some of the blame to soften the punishment. My parents praised me for being mature and told me to look out for your brother. I didn't realize until adulthood that meant I was expected to absorb the consequences of his choices. Jake bounced between jobs, relationships, and hobbies like nothing ever stuck. Meanwhile, I worked my way up in IT, lived modestly, and slowly built good credit. I was proud of it. I didn't party much, didn't travel much. I focused on stability, something my family never had growing up. Jake, on the other hand, loved expensive things, new phones, designer shoes, weekend trips he couldn't afford. He always had some scheme about big money coming soon. It never did. Whenever he was short on rent, my parents would call me. Whenever his car broke down, I helped. Whenever he maxed out another card, someone needed to spot him. I tried setting boundaries. It never worked. He's your brother. He's struggling. You're doing so well, help him out. The turning point started quietly. I began getting letters from banks I didn't recognize. At first, I assumed it was junk mail. Then came the calls, collections, late payments, accounts I never opened. I pulled my credit report and my stomach dropped. There were 3 credit cards in my name, a personal loan, all maxed out, all delinquent. My credit, which I'd spent nearly a decade building, was obliterated. I confronted Jake immediately. At first, he denied it. Then he got quiet. Then he sighed and said, I was gonna tell you. He admitted he used my social security number to accounts because his credit was already messed up and he needed a fresh start. He said it like it was logical, like it was smart. I was gonna pay it back when things turned around, he said. I asked how long he'd been doing it. Almost 2 years. 2 years of lies. 2 years of destroying my financial future. 2 years of living off money I never agreed to lend. I lost it. I yelled. I told him he committed a crime. I said I could go to the police. He panicked and called our parents. Within an hour, I had 3 missed calls and a voicemail from my MOM saying, let's not overreact. Overreact. They came over that night. Instead of being angry at Jake, they were worried about him. He didn't mean to hurt you. He was desperate. You know how hard life's been for him. I asked them if they understood he stole my identity. My dad said, technically, yes, but he's family. They begged me not to report it. They said it would ruin his life. I asked what about mine. My MOM cried and said, you'll recover. You're strong. Jake wouldn't survive prison. Prison. I hadn't even mentioned prison. Just accountability. They wanted me to take on tens of thousands of dollars of debt so Jake wouldn't face consequences. That was the moment something in me snapped. I told them I was freezing my credit, disputing everything, and filing a police report. Jake called me a traitor. My MOM said I was breaking the family apart. My dad said I was being cruel, but I did it anyway. The investigation proved everything. The signatures were forged. The IP addresses traced back to Jake's apartment. The purchases matched his lifestyle. The banks removed most of the debt eventually, but it took over a year of paperwork, stress, and sleepless nights. Jake was charged with fraud, not prison, probation, community service, and mandatory repayment. But to my family, I was the villain. They said I could handle it privately. They said I chose money over blood. They said I embarrassed them. So I stopped talking to all of them. No calls, no visits, no help. For the first time in my life, I put myself first. Months passed. Then Thanksgiving came. My parents invited me, acting like nothing happened. I almost didn't go, but something in me wanted closure. When I arrived, the tension was thick. Jake wouldn't look at me. My MOM barely spoke. My dad kept sighing dramatically. Dinner started quietly. Then my aunt asked the question, so why haven't we seen you in so long? My MOM jumped in fast. He's been busy with work. But I was done protecting lies. I calmly said, actually, I stopped coming around after Jake stole my identity and racked up over $40,000 in debt in my name. Forks froze mid-air. The room went silent. My cousin whispered, he did what? My MOM turned red and said, that's private. I said, it stopped being private when I was expected to pay for it. Then I explained everything. The fake accounts, the ruined credit, the police report, my parents begging me to take the debt instead. Gasps filled the room. My aunt stared at Jake like she'd never seen him before. My uncle said, "That's a felony." My grandma looked heartbroken. Jake exploded, yelling that I was humiliating him on purpose. I replied calmly, "No, you did that yourself." For once, the family didn't side with him. People started asking why my parents defended him, why they expected me to sacrifice my future, why no one held Jake accountable before. My mom cried. My dad left the table. Jake stormed out. But something incredible happened. Relatives came up to me quietly and apologized. They said they'd always suspected Jake was enabled. They said I did the right thing. They said they were proud of me for standing up for myself. After that night, the family dynamic changed. Jake wasn't protected anymore. My parents had to face the consequences of years of favoritism. Some relationships healed, others stayed distant. But for the first time, the truth was out. Now Jake barely speaks to me. My parents still think I went too far. But my credit is recovering. My peace is back. And I finally feel free from carrying someone else's mess. So AITA for cutting of my brother after he stole my identity and letting the whole family find out the truth when they tried to pretend nothing happened. Thanks for watching. Tap like and subscribe if you're into wild Reddit drama. Got an opinion? Drop it in the comments. I'd love to hear what you would have done.